Hello everyone, it's Danielle. I found an article that I wanted to report on. It's in our textbook IT Project Management on page 527. There's a reference to it, so I pulled it up and found it. It's entitled Most Valuable Players by Peter Ferretti, dated May 2012. The source was PM Network. It's titled Most Valuable Players. Project managers, their teams who consistently create value and their initiatives can increase the ROI, which is the risk on term investment, and exceed stakeholders' expectation to ultimately surpass stakeholders' expectation. It references an example with HP, how they went out and sought stakeholders to find out what they really wanted and then create these projects. The objective was to identify multi-million-dollar opportunities through a unified process of improvement and methodology. The article goes further into several stages. Stage one, understanding requirements and risks. Actually seeking the participants, the stakeholders, the individuals that are affected by the project if they're not already involved. Developing relationships with them to understand their needs and what do they value and why. Also to define a win-win agreements and the constraints that fit within the constraints of the project. Stage two explores areas for improvement, project strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. Stage three defines possible solutions. Allow team members to take ownership of their portion of the project, but make sure they keep in mind organizations' objectives when suggesting ways to increase value. Investigate each area of importance and quantify the benefit as a cost to implement. Stage four, prioritizing opportunities. The goal is to maximize value for the stakeholders. The longer the cycle of the time spent on the project, the higher the risk of waste. Pay close attention to customers' perspectives throughout the prioritization process. Value creation modifications with a high benefit yet low yield. Improvement should always create value in the customer's eyes. You want to exceed the customer's expectations with the motive that the customer will come back for additional contracts. Then it goes into resistance of change. He talks about the key situations that can lead to sabotage. And our book talked about this as well, the overreaching, short-term profits, lack of respect, and buy-in blues. Overreaching is doing too many projects at the same time can hamper the value. Short-term profits. They're trading on future health for immediate payoffs, but by actively seeking to create a value, cutting costs by any means possible. Organization can retain and grow their market share. Customers tend to seek out and use more valuable products than for the cheaper ones. Lack of respect. If you disrespect people, what will end up happening is the person will develop either apathy, boredom, absenteeism, make work, meaning that they'll do work that doesn't have that much value to a project versus the work that really needs to be done. Out and out outrage, sabotage. Then there's also the buy-in blues. You want to make sure that the CEO, the main stakeholders involved in steps in the project, so when you come across an individual that doesn't want to participate or is hindering the project, you'll be able to remove that individual from the project. And so I just thought it was an interesting article that touched on the points in the chapter that we read. Thank you.